Hey there, it's the English Picker here, otherwise known as Bongo Boy, which you'll see later. But the big announcement, give a drum roll, there is no longer a door there. I have finally hung the door in the background. That's the previous front door, you can see there, classics of 1960s chic. But not very secure. So yeah, I've got a nice strong front door now, so that's pretty cool. It took me long enough to do it, but and then this will go down to the tip, and we'll have a different background. So I just wanted to do this hopefully quick video of all the computer games finds of the last month, really. I haven't been keeping up to date with videos just because I've been so busy listing and stuff. I honestly haven't had a spare moment to... It's not to film the video, but it's to get it all out and do it, because, you know, it's a pain. But, okay, computer game stuff. So, the car boot recently, I picked up this white Xbox 360 controller. It's a bit grubby, but it works great. It was £3. So there's money in it at that, but I actually need one myself, so I may keep this, or what I will show you in this next lot. It was a bit weird, really. I commented on, I talked to Nick about this, and it was this guy who he turned up late for the car boot, and he got loads of like cables and mobile phones and stuff like that, and his English wasn't the best, so I tried to ask him where he got the stuff from, and I think from it I've deduced that it was either returns or not necessarily faulty, but maybe product returns where the packaging was too damaged. And I picked up this sort of stuff. It's not really computer games, but it's technology related. I picked up 2 of these Microsoft Arc mice. They had some loose ones, but these 2 were with the packaging. And then they had some other different wireless mice and stuff like that. So, and they were £2 each, and they go for about 10 to 15. But the main thing I picked up, I mean, I won't show you them all, but there's just a selection here of Xbox 360 black controllers. And he had I'm talking, he must have had, I mean, he didn't have many of these wireless ones, but he must have had 20 or 30 wired ones, and he wanted the same price for each of them. He wanted £3 for the wired ones, and he wanted £4, no, it was £3 each, yeah, because people were trying to get 2 for a £5, and he was saying no. I ended up getting 2 for a £5 because I bought 16 of them. I mean, it was a feeding frenzy, because, like, he got all the mobile phones out and all that stuff, and then he put this box down with all the wired controllers in, and while people were feeding on that, he brought another one out with the wireless ones in, and I kind of made, like, myself bigger to get in there, and then there was people grabbing in there, and there was loads of others, but they were all missing the battery compartment. Now, I was a bit like, ooh, are these knockoff? But they've got the official Microsoft jobby there. It all looks legit. You can see inside, it all looks good. And I think now, what I think is they are returns, because when I came back to test them, some of them have, normally when you press the Microsoft buttons, it makes a clicking noise, but this one doesn't. It works, but it doesn't make a clicking sound, so I don't know if it's been replaced with a different mechanism or something in there. Some of them have got that, and nearly all of them have got the battery compartment problem, where if you knock it, it switches the controller off, and that's a relatively easy fix by pulling the springs and pulling the metal bits, and you can fix that. So the majority of them I've been able to fix, and they do work. So I might trade them in, or it just depends whether they'll pick up on the button issue. But the thing is, the button works. It works fine. I've tested them all and played all of them for like 15 minutes, and they all do work fine. except for two. Two do not power up at all. And I'll show you one of them. Now this one I really thought would have worked, but you can see it's absolutely brand spanking new. But you put batteries in and you press the button and it just does not power up at all. No matter what I do with the battery compartment, it does not power up. So yeah, I don't know, it could be an internal fault. And then the other one that doesn't work has got something rattling inside of it. So I'm assuming that that's what the problem is. The rattling one I'll just put on eBay, it doesn't work. But this one I'll do some more investigation into. But at 2 for a £5, I mean, I couldn't go wrong. And I literally spent, because this was like halfway around the car boot, and I'd already spent a load of money. And I literally spent every single penny I had. I went back to the car, I cleared out my glove box, looked under the seats for any remaining money, because this was a car boot that was in the middle of nowhere and the nearest cash point was like a 20-minute drive away. So by the time I got back, he probably wouldn't have been there. And the wired ones do sell, they don't sell as well. These go for about £15 on eBay, but you can get pretty decent trade credit with some places. You can get cash of say £7 or £8 and trade credit of around 10, 11, something like that. So realistically, I might do that with some of them. And then there's 5 I think that are perfect. No sticky buttons. Battery issues are solved, or they didn't have one at all. Couldn't see anything wrong with them at all. So those I'll probably sell in like 2 lots of pairs, and then keep one. Interesting though, and from the same bloke, I got these as well. Now I haven't tested these out yet because I haven't got a Mac. These could have some kind of issue, I'm not sure. He wanted a £5 each. I ended up paying £12 for the 3, which is an absolute screaming deal. You can see there the slimline Apple Mac keyboards. So yeah, great price on those. Again, could trade them in. But realistically, if they work fine, I'll probably just try and sell them individually. Now, picked up some other bits. Picked up this, which is a new and sealed DS game, My Spanish Coach Level 1. It sounds boring as all hell, but the weird thing is it's sealed, but it hasn't got a Nintendo seal. It's not. Yeah, anyway. But it is sort of slightly worn through on the corners and whatnot. I paid £2.50 for it, and this sells for around 10 to 15 quid actually, which is good. Picked up this from a charity shop for £5.99. I'd never actually seen this pack before. I'd seen them in shops where they had that not to be sold separately, and I always thought it came with a system, but this is the Call of Duty Trilogy, Finest Hour, Call of Duty 3 and Call of Duty 2, big red one. The games themselves don't have a whole lot of value, but it's a nicely presented pack, and this will probably go into my own collection. If I was to sell it, I'd get about £12 for it, something like that. But this will go into my own collection just because I haven't seen that before. And on the theme of PlayStation 2 games for 50p each, I picked up Simpsons Hit and Run, the Simpsons game, and the Simpsons Skateboarding. Nice little bundle for eBay. Probably get about 10 quid for that with postage. So for £1.50 I wasn't going to pass that up. Then also for 50p I picked up Skyrim PC game. Now I don't know if this is going to work because I'm assuming you'd have to get a replacement product key or whatnot, but for 50p. And then there was a person who was doing this really cool thing where you had a bag, you got given a standard size carrier bags, and they had loads of boxes. They must have done house clearances or whatnot, and it was fill a bag for £1. So I put all like bric-a-brac and other stuff in there, and I ended up putting these in there. I got Porsche Challenge for the PS1. You can see how grubby this one is. Black and White 2 collector's edition, but you can see it's got like crap all over it there. And then the best thing really was Sims 3. So Sims 3 is like 12-15 quid, something like that. The black and whites I think is £6-7. Porsche Challenge I'll go into my own collection. And I got lots of other bits and bobs, as well as, this was nice. If I can open it, I'll show you. It's a pack of 3, 1 unofficial, 2 official PlayStation 1 memory cards. So that was cool. For £5 I picked up Final Fantasy 12. Is that Final Fantasy 12? Yeah, 12. Complete guide. It's got a rip on the cover, so it's not really suitable for Amazon, so I'll probably put it on eBay. They had another one there, but it was knackered. It was like paperback, and it was all like that, and they wanted a £5 for it. There's no way it was worth that. Internal pages are nice. It's just a shame about that dust jacket rip. I'll probably get about 15 for this. 15, maybe 20 on a good day, something like that, but certainly 15. Then I picked up some more PS1 games for around £1. One was £1. Some of the others were 20p. So for £1, I picked up Medal of Honor and Medal of Honor Underground double pack. I pay a pack? No, I might pay £2 for that. I can't remember. It was so long ago. Then I picked up the standard Medal of Honor. Then there's another one here, which is RC Go. Most of these I'll keep for my own collection. There's those. Then I got a nice glut of other PS1 games. I paid £4 for all of these. The best is the first 2, which is Crash Bandicoot Warped. Nice condition. And then a beautiful condition Tomb Raider. Really nice. And then some of these are just for the cases, because the cases are absolutely pristine. Got Molten Menace, and then we get into the typical ones. But these cases are just lovely. And then we've got Dance UK, Dance Stage Fever. This is not a bad one. Wilm's World Party, and you can see they wanted £1 each anyway. So Stuart Little 2 and 40 Winks. So that was pretty good. Then this was an unusual one from a charity shop. Unfortunately, it is missing a CD, which I'm gutted about, but hey ho. And they looked everywhere. They were going to throw it away, and because I pointed out they were missing one, they kind of looked at me like somehow I'd taken it, and then they said, "Oh, we're going to have to throw it away." I said, "Well, could I have it then?" And they said, "Oh, well, you could if you made a donation." It was fair enough. So I gave them 50p for it. It's the Sega Mega CD Sega Classics Arcade Collection. But unfortunately, it is missing one CD. So if anybody needs this, just give me a shout. But it has got one CD in there. It's pretty cool. Don't often see things like that. Then I picked up some DS games. I paid £5 for these 4. The best being, I'll show you in a second. First one, Carnival Funfair Games, not worth a huge amount, a couple of £, probably get traded in. Then we've got Metroid Prime Pinball. Unfortunately, this is missing the Rumble pack. They hadn't got it, I asked them, but hey ho. Then we've got Diddy Kong Racing, which is a good one, and Mario Party DS. This is a random one. This was off a real iffy guy. He got loads of random stuff. It's a slimline PS2, but it's not broken now, but this lid is knackered. There you go. And I lifted it up to see if there's a disc inside, and he went, "Oh, what have you done?" They're trying to go like, "Oh, you broke it, you got to bought it, you buy it now." I said, "Oh, you can't fool me," kind of thing. How much? He goes, "Oh, just give us £2." So, £2. And then also for a ridiculously low price of £2.50, all the sensor bar and stuff is down there. But I got another Wii, and it came with Wii Sports and a single nunchuck, but no controller. And it came with the sensor bar and the AV cable and the power cable. So £2.50. Don't even know if it works. Probably won't, but it's worth it for the Wii Sports and the charger cable and stuff. So that's that. Okay, so I picked up some other games here. God, this is going to be a long video, everyone. We've got Command and Conquer Generals, always a good one. This is one I'd never heard of before, Company of Heroes Anthology. Again, don't know if it'll work because of the, you know, modern codes. We've got Company of Heroes, Opposing Forces, Company of Heroes, Tales of Valor. So that was cool for £1. This one I'm definitely keeping mashed, fully loaded. It's not an expensive game by any stretch of the imagination, but it is a really good game. It's like Micro Machines type thing, so that's a fun game. So keep that one. Picked up a Wii Fit board for £4, and it came with Wii Fit. So that'll probably get traded in, or I'll put it on eBay. Then I got this, which I'm going to keep. Dead Island for the Xbox 360. It was £1. All there and whatnot. £9. So yeah, I've no idea what the trading on that is, but hey ho. Then for 20p, I got Guitar Hero Legends of Rock. I've got a guitar that this can go with, so that's good. And then she wanted £3 for it. It was the end of the car boot. I said, oh, will you take £1.50? And she was umming and ahhing, and then she went for it. So Crash game. The disc has got a few issues, but I'll see if I can get those out. Then for £2, I picked up this thing just because it's a bit weird. It's a PlayStation 2 controller. I can't really sell it on Amazon because of the batteries. Might be able to pop it on eBay, but yeah, just I've never seen such a small PlayStation 2 controller. Got to have tiny hands. Then got some. We're almost there now. I've just got some Mega Drive games, and then the main reason why I'm called Bongo Boy. From like this house clearance shop, I picked up these 3 games. I'd seen them on the Friday, and I went back on the Monday hoping they were there because they were closing up and they just wanted rid of me. So I picked up these. I've got Buck Rogers for the Mega Drive, and that's fully complete inside. That's cool. And then this one's a hard to find one, Dune 2. Unfortunately, it's just the game. There's no manual in there, so but it's still a fairly pricey game. And then this is a really unusual one. It's a Genesis game which you just don't see, and it's called Pigskin Foot Brawl. And I cannot find another copy of this that is sold in the UK in the last 30 days. So I really don't know what to price it at. Really, I'm guessing about 10 to 15 quid, maybe something like that. Anyway. For those 3, I paid up and I paid £25 for them, which is quite a lot. But the people have they've got loads of others. They've got like a Mega Drive there and stuff. They got Toad Jam and Ale for £12. So, and they wanted 28. I got them down to 25. I'll probably sell Buck Rogers and keep these 2. So yeah. And then from an antique shop, I picked up 2, but I've already traded them with someone else, and I paid £6 and £5, I think. And that was a Mega Drive game, Wiz and Liz, and then Cliffhanger. Both one was complete with manual, the other one was just in the box. And then also for £7 and £5, for £7 I picked up Road Rash 2, which is cool, and that's got the manual and everything in there. And then this one, I have good memories of this, RoboCop versus the Terminator. So yeah, I'll be keeping this one for sure, and that's got the manual as well, which is a bit knackered, but hey ho. So yeah, great find really, and a couple of bits for the Mega Drive collection. The Wiz and Liz and the Cliffhanger used to drive me mad, so I didn't really want to keep that because it's one of the most frustrating games with the jump mechanisms and whatnot. But yeah, I showed this last thing on a video with Nick. I picked up a Dreamcast and a GameCube, and also something else here, which is later. The Dreamcast was in a charity shop. I think I've thrown away the printout, but it had an eBay printout on it. It wasn't a completed listing, and I actually looked at the item number, and it didn't sell at that. And they had a Dreamcast with 4 games, and someone had priced it at, I think it was $69.99, and it didn't finish at that. And they said, we want $29.99, and they weren't having any of it. I did end up paying $29.99, but that was mainly because of the games that came with it. So got all the cables and bits there, and then it came with one normal controller, one blue purple knockoff controller, 2 guns there, and then obviously the system itself, and then the games it came with. These top 2 was kind of worth it really. Is Headhunter, it's a tough one to find, that one is. Quake 3 Arena, great game. And then some of them are missing, like the sleeves and top bits. I have no idea why. House of the Dead 2, that's there. That's obviously for the light gun. Sonic Adventures, but it's missing the front part. Then we've got Tomb Raider. Now this was in a sealed bag, but there's no bloody disc. So I could see it through the bag, but I couldn't go in to check it. And then of course we've got the stupid Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, which is I see in every charity shop on PS1 it seems. And then we've got WWF Royal Rumble. So yeah, it was kind of worth it for the games. It was top end really, but you know, I've got a Dreamcast already, so I'll sell this off and then keep the games. Then the GameCube. The GameCube itself is actually, you know, not really worth much. You open it up and it's got Donkey Konga in there, which gives you a clue, because it actually came still in the wrappers as they came from the charity shop, is 2 pairs of bongos. So yeah, and then it came with obviously the game. It came with the game box, and then 1 controller and all the leads. And I paid £20 for that. So for 20 quid, you know, it was worth it. The bongos I was going to keep lads' night in. It's always funny for that sort of stuff. But then the week after, I went to a car boot, and for £1, I picked up another set of bongos, and these are really nice and new. So yeah, you know, Bongo boy. But then this weekend, I saw this, and you can see there someone's saying new, which it isn't really. It's new but badly stored. £5. They wouldn't budge on it, and it's still got its tags even though they're a bit knackered. And then inside there's no game, but there is another 2 sets of mint bongos in there. So I've now got 5 pairs of bongos. So they don't go for a whole lot. They don't go for any money. But they're just such a, I think they're a cool accessory. They're really thinking out of the box, that I think down in the future they'll probably be worth some decent money. So, well, not decent money, but a bit more money. So yeah, I think that's everything. I did get some other stuff like Red Faction and GTA, but they're not interesting. Got a load of other PS2 games, but not particularly interesting. Got a couple of PS2 controllers for like $150 each. Well, that's about that really. So thanks for watching, thanks for sticking with me for the 23 minutes of this video, and please leave your comments in the doobly-doo, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.